So speaking of empires, let me talk about a recipe for seduction, boy.
Right.
Yeah, boy. And it's funny, yeah, because the trailer for this literally dropped last week. The times recorded here, and I don't know where you were, Academy. Well, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the trailer for this. But yeah, when the trailer dropped, everybody Jack was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody Jack was like,
I
"What the
just, I
hell is
just,
this shit?"
I was disappointed that they're not making a full thing. So I was like, no. The one I hear is a short. I was like, alright, okay, so that's a dumb joke.
Yeah. Well, I'll get to my thoughts on that in a bit, right? But yeah, boy, I was surprised by this. Like, okay, it's a gimmick. Basically, what it is, it's Lifetime. The child that guys not supposed to watch. Haha, get it? Right. Because television for women, right? Dumb
Okay,
joke, right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically collaborated with KFC and
Right.
giving us basically a take on a just a derivative Lifetime original movie, but with the character of, well, Colonel Sanders, who is played by
Right.
Mario Lopez of all people. So just the casting of him as Colonel Sanders, that was like the big seller. Like, oh my god, this Latino guy
Well, they
who,
did, yeah. So
you know,
it had a whole joke about this with because there's a anime game that does a similar thing. There's a game.
yeah, so I've heard actually. So,
Right.
because I know Double Toast did a reaction to this trailer. They actually
Right.
showed a clip of it. I was like, wait, this actually
Yeah, like
exists?
yeah, I was familiar. That's familiar with the game from before. I saw this on, I think, Game Grumps or one of them did it. So I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, I didn't even know that. I did not even know that existed. I just thought that was just some. I just thought this. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, this whole thing is just a gimmick. It just feels like this. This boardroom joke that people came up with is like, hey, let's make this thing, right? You think what also caught me too is, well, it's runtime now because it's 15 minutes, and if I just have one major gripe with this though, is that this could at least be a half hour long. Not 45 minutes, not 60. No, 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 no. But it really should have been more. It should have been like roughly 20, 23 minutes, man. I felt that 15 minutes is just way too little for something like this.
That's why I was saying that why I lose interest because I thought it'd be a full film now. But I was like, oh, it's like just a short thing. It's had to be just a dumb joke or whatever. So,
Yeah,
no.
and like
I
not
thought I thought it was gonna take it dead serious now. At least as serious as you could take something like that. Right?
right. And I think in terms of just getting sponsors involved, like wouldn't it hurt to at least have a half hour slot for the show? Because
Well,
literally what they did, right? Like, well, I saw it today. The time it's recorded. Well, lunchtime, right? It no ads or anything like that. It just ran for 15 minutes, and then right from that moment when credits had rolled, it gets to some other generic Lifetime Christmas movie, and that was
yeah,
it. So
yeah,
it's
okay.
almost like one of those blink and you miss it moments, though, or like let me
Yeah,
just say you came in late to it, so by the time you reach the show now finish, it has
right.
that kind of feel to it there. That I really felt that was like at the detriment of this show here, because yeah, if you just have this half hour block, and you have it for this show, it would have worked. But what this show is about in a nutshell is that we have this young this young woman. She's born into this rich family. Of course, her domineering mom chose this is wealthy guy there, basically, who the mother pretty much chose to marry her, right, to marry her daughter. Of course, the daughter's like, no, I don't want to marry him, right? And then, well, she basically runs into the new chef of the mansion, who is, yeah, Harlan Sanders, right, played by
Right.
Mario Lopez. And of course, love at first sight, all that kind of stuff. And eventually the mom picks up on that. She's like, oh, my daughter's in love with the cook. And the suitor now, he's kind of psycho. And once he realizes this, and you can kind of tell where the story is going to go at this point, right? Because it's in the trailer. You pretty much get the gist of the story in the trailer. And if you're familiar with shows or movies like this, you kind of know where it's going, right? I loved you, and what do you do with this guy, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where it goes. That's where it goes. And I mean, I can't hate on the show for at least sticking to its theme, but that's exactly what it does. It sticks to its tropes from the word go, Trent.
Yeah.
It is every bit as derivative as most, if not all, of Lifetime original movies based on subject matter like this, Trent. But it sticks to it so well, Trent. You almost have to kind of admire the short for it, Trent. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it just plays it so straight, so right down the middle there, you know what I mean? Ever so often, you might wink at the camera, like it literally opens with, I did a scene where, yes, they eat KFC. And one of the first
Right.
lines is like, this chicken is delicious. That's
Right.
that literally the first line of the show, you know what I mean? And don't spoil the
Yeah.
end, but the end involves somebody eating a chicken leg.
Okay. Perfect.
That's where we are. That's where the
All
show is
right.
at,
Well,
right?
as I said, I was more interested if they was going to really like go whole hog and have it be, this borderline. We live in the cyberpunk age and just such a blatant corporate ad. But it ended up just being this 15-minute kind of crap, so I didn't really care.
Yeah, yeah. Technically, at the end of the day, that's really what it is, though. But I would really review this show, way because once again, it's playing all the tropes, right? Or at least the major tropes that you would expect in a show like this, right? Like just once you look at the cover or the poster for this movie, you kind of know where it's going at, right? You have
Right.
this attractive rich woman who, you have this bougie asshole of a guy who
Yeah.
wants to marry her, but now you have this hunky, chef who
Right.
kind of
Right. Yeah.
sleeps off her feet. You get that. You get all that, trend. Um, and I mean, if I just to talk about good stuff, I mean, it's shot very well. Like, it's typical TV filmmaking, all that kind of stuff. Music, not that much music in it. It's fine. Sound mix, all that good stuff. Like, technically, it looks very well. Like, it looks very well, right? But in terms of the humor, because a few people are gonna go into this expecting to be laughing at this, like a laugh a minute. You will be disappointed by this because it plays things so straightforward. It does not play like a comedy, but it's more like tongue in cheek, basically tongue in cheek humor. Basically,
Right.
that's what they're going
Exactly.
for, right? Where it's like, okay,
I I
it all
really
depends on
thought.
how little you care about this material and how
Yeah.
serious you take this. So if you don't take this shit seriously at all, yeah, you'll be laughing from the word go, Trip. But because they play things serious, so straight, it's just like, yeah, like I get it's funny, it's bad acting, okay, yeah, because acting wise it's very intentionally bad. But well, I say bad, but bad as in basic, you know what I mean? Like nobody really
Right.
tried really. It's like, oh, that's the joke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you like that kind of
As
thing,
I
you
said.
laugh at that though.
As I say, I really thought they would take this more serious. That's the only thing. That's the only why it does work is when you're earnest with your nonsense. But like they're trying to do the whole wink to the camera crap. So like nobody care. You ever see our movie Rad Anthem? Look up that video.
Rad
I
anthem.
Yeah, let's type in that Rad Anthem, and you'll know exactly what it is. And I thought I would agree with getting something like that, not as extreme as that, but something like that. And um I thought we'd be getting that. Like and you have because like maybe a few years ago it had I think Wendy's and McDonald's had a rap feud. Shit like that. Like
Yes, yes, yes,
do
yes.
either lean into the joke fully or take yourself seriously so we could laugh at the earnestness of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really not interested in this as it is. Anyway, you can wrap up your review now.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna wrap up. But yeah, it all boils down to how seriously you take this trend. If you just think that all Lifetime shows are bad or just unintentionally funny, then you'll have a blast with this, right? But if you actually enjoy stuff like this, you can kind of laugh and wink and nudge like, ha ha ha. You see, this is just like that show that we saw with that guy and blah 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 blah. It's like that, right? But I felt that it could they could have been a little bit more. They could have had a little bit more jokes, a little bit more winking at the camera moments. Like there's a few, but there's not enough, right? But really, what brought this show down is Jesse length. Boy, this did not need to be so short because it just speeds through its story. Not literal speed, like things just happen in a mile a minute, but at the same time, everything just kind of wraps up so quickly. They jump to plot point so fast. That it's almost like you don't even get time to really relish in the absurdity of what's going on, right? But yeah, this is a show that really could have benefited with just a 5, 10 more minutes, time added to it. And then also too, the story is just so by the numbers, so basic by now. You kind of know where the story is going to end just off of the trailer alone. And once again, you know what I mean, if you find that to be funny, you'll find this funny, but everybody else will just be like, I wanted more out of it. And personally for me, yeah, at the end of the day, I wanted more out of it. But for what we got, it's a very interesting experiment though. You know what I mean? I feel it's gonna be a one-off thing. Like Lifetime's not gonna do stuff like this again. I feel that, you know, the both parties probably benefit from this in more ways than one. I just need to do some research and see exactly what was the end game of all this. Like, what was the goal that Lifetime was supposed to get out of it? Was this a way to get people to watch Lifetime? I guess, was it for people to actually think about buying KFC for Christmas? But it's like, no, it can't be as basic as that. So, was it real? Was the ulterior motive behind this, right? Before we get here, feeling a strong 2.5 to a light 3, man. See it if you want to. And from what I hear, well, you know, this is the sucky part about it because it's 15 minutes. You kind of have to look at your guide and see, oh, this is when it's going to show now. But, you know, because it just takes up such a short period of time, you probably might miss this, right? So you just have to kind of look up online and see when's the next time you're going to check it out. Maybe have a watch party, maybe get some beers, and maybe you'll appreciate it. But still, 15 minutes, too little time. We could have gotten more. Before we get here, it's every bit what you expect it to be. Just kind of like why at the end of the day, right? Like, it's silly,
Yeah.
it's dumb. Like, even I myself was watching this and laughing, like, this is so stupid. But I just feel like there's something else going on behind the scenes. It can't just be as simple as, oh, we're gonna do this because it's Christmas and, you know, Lifetime and KFC, haha, that's a joke. Like, I feel there's something else behind the scene going on, but I don't know. But in between time, if you're curious, watch it. If you looked in the trailer, you saw a poster and think, is the worst shit ever, don't watch it. If you don't care about anything Lifetime at all, don't watch it.
Yes,
I can't
yeah.
even say if you don't care about KFC, don't watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is.